Welcome back, everybody, to the second episode of the first gameplay episode of our Denmark on Veteran Let's Play. We are playing on the finest hour 1.33, and now we will finally begin the gameplay. The first episode was pretty short, just because of the fact that it was just the build-up episode and me rambling a little bit about where Denmark is. I'll be honest, I haven't decided 100% yet on whether I will even call that episode 1 or if I will maybe call that episode 0 or prelude or something. That sounds just about fair. One thing I did not mention in the last episode is something I'm not 100% certain of, but what I believe to be true, and that is I'm not sure if Germany ever declares war on the Soviet Union as long as I'm not defeated. I think Germany needs to defeat Denmark for this to trigger, basically. So there's a chance that we have to fight Germany alone now, without the Soviet Union's help. Actually, in the Let's Play, or the first try of this, where Germany lost its unit to Norway, what I told you about in the first episode, the Soviet Union declared war on us. It declared war on Turkey, but Turkey joined the Allies, and that was a war with the Soviet Union, but Germany wasn't. So that was fun. It's interesting, the things that can happen, right? I'm just gonna let this run through on a very high speed. We will use our first political power for the military theorist. I will not get any of these because I don't have a use for trade deal, and no one ever has. I don't have a use for this because I'm not building it. A civilian factory might have made sense, actually. I'm not sure if building a military factory here is the smartest choice. You don't need political power and political drift defense, and you don't need drift in any one direction. So we'll get this. For our defense, we do have a defensive chief of army, which is nice, and there is an artillery guy, and I mean, artillery attack plus 20% is pretty cool. I like it, so I will get him at some point, but it is artillery plus 20%. You usually don't have that much artillery. I'm gonna go quite heavy on artillery, like most people probably do, but still, I prefer an infantry guy, actually, or just about anything that helps with this. But artillery is okay, don't get me wrong, it's better than not having it. The of course, Republican Spain is getting completely annihilated. Let's take bets, everyone. I say it surrenders in July. I don't think it makes it to August. It might, but no, it's not gonna make it to August. Barcelona's going to fall on the 15th, maybe? Actually, the northern advance was halted, so actually it is going to make it. Good job, Republican Spain. You've proven me wrong. I thought you'd die way sooner. But it's still completely helpless. But so I'll just go for the radio. At this point, the only thing that I would need to research early from this is obviously everything that helps with production and everything I can produce, right? So I will need to research this in due time. But because right now I don't have the production to produce it anyway, I don't need to hurry. So while it arguably would have made more sense than researching the radio, excuse me, I was standing on that word right there. While it would arguably make more sense than researching the radio, there's no problem in me researching the radio. It absolutely doesn't matter. What I, however, will do now, very soon, with this one, is I'm gonna start with the land doctrine, and I'm gonna go with superior firepower, which I just believe to be the by far best one. The only country where I don't go superior firepower is Germany, because it's also mobile warfare, and I think mobile warfare is the second best. And people say this is arguably the best one for Germany. I think if I had a free choice, I'd still pick with Germany this one, the superior firepower. It's just that I don't care too much about it, so I tend to stick with mobile warfare. With mobile warfare, yes, that's what it usually has. So this will hopefully help us a little bit. Just this, the fact that we hopefully will be down to here, so we will have quite some soft attack, additional soft attack on our units. The problem is that we're not very good at defense, so the superior firepower also doesn't have a whole lot of defense, but most of them don't. And the Grand Battle Plan has the most, because it has the increased entrenchment and increased planning and increased defense. So this is the more defensive one, but it's one of the weaker ones. I would really make a line here and say those two are far superior over those two, and you've seen it in my Russia, my USSR campaign, that even though Russia was on this, and this is arguably fashioned after Russia, I still switched away, because I don't think there's a single country that profits from using this. And the only reason why you would ever keep this is if you're very bad at researching land doctrines, like your country has problems researching. Like, for example, Italy does, because it doesn't get enough boni for the land doctrines, and it has very few research slots for quite some time. And it needs to research a lot, because it arguably needs to hold up the air, and it arguably needs to hold up naval. So Italy's tapped out on research, and then you might, just for those 300 days of research, stick with it, because a little bit of defense, it's still not terrible. It's just worse than these. But all doctrines are positive. We do have an extra research slot, but we'll actually pick that second. First we'll go for the construction. I always go for the civilian factories first, just because they help with the production of the other factories, though I should arguably mention at this point that I'm not going to be producing too many factories by hand. Actually, right after this one, even though I can build, I'm not sure if I can build, if I'm researching something right now, I'll get those up to speed. We desperately need bunkers here. I'm gonna go like this for now. Like this, maybe. I think this is fair. We do definitely need like 7 or 8 here. Because we have so little troops, we'll have maybe 5 units on this field for the longest time. Because you can see that, and if I upgrade the recruitment laws, I can only go to limited conscription because we're staying democratic, right? And if you look at the boni you get, I think we go to 60,000-ish units, maybe. Something like this. And it's 60,000 units, soldiers. It's nothing. I'll need, I think, 30,000 of them approximately to garrison my ports. So yeah, I need this to be strong enough to be defended by just 1 unit, basically. We're not going to be pushing out for a very long time, and if Germany really doesn't declare war on the Soviet Union, then we'll have to come up with an idea. The problem is that the UK and France and US are extremely useless, as long as there's no Soviet Union, because once the Soviet Union and Germany are at war, they can invade here because Germany doesn't have troops there anymore. But until the Soviet Union joins, and as I said, maybe it doesn't, what they do is they just keep invading. They just keep throwing away their units, and Germany gets stronger and stronger, and they get weaker and weaker. So, what will we research? I'm considering just going for this. We can go for all that, and I think you can do this. Yes, this is okay. I'm gonna go with a 7-2. So we will have 7 infantry. I always do it like this. I think it. Sorry, I think it looks nicer. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You can just do it down here, and you probably should. But it's a game. We want it to be nice, right? And I think this looks nice. When is China? Are you about to declare war? Japan. Yeah, he's going to declare war on China, and I'll wait for that because it will bring the war tension now above 15, and then I can go for the partial mobilization, which will make everything a little bit faster. Unfortunately, because I'm not producing any military factories at this point, I'm just producing the land forts. I'm not actually having something a positive effect from this. But I do get the consumer goods, and the consumer goods, it's nice. It's not too much. You see, I think we basically got 1 from it. I think we went from 4 or 5 to 6, so 1 or 2, and that's nice. But it's not going to win our war. Do keep in mind that for the longest time after that 1 we're getting now, I'm actually going to import more steel because we just need it. We're getting 1 more, which I will put into anti-tank because we are fighting Germany, so anti-tank is a smart choice. For a very long time, we are not about to get any more factories, and because land lease is broken, as in they offer you 50 bazillion times land lease, but they all cancel it the very moment you accept it. We'll have trouble getting enough guns. It's gonna be okay as long as we defend, but we won't be able to build up the stockpile needed to actually attack. I'm gonna go down to the deterrence just because it increases the buildup of the fort, and yes, I know I should be producing this until I have the deterrence. And actually, I think I kind of do want to do that. How about we do get 1 more? Do keep in mind that it's not like I prepared this particularly well. I didn't prepare for this by playing it 50,000 times, and now I know the perfect build order or something. So we will be making decisions on the go, which is it never fails, right? That is a great decision. I'm gonna get this. You already see we're very well on research. We're not falling behind, and we arguably will a little bit in 39. I hope we can catch up until the war. It's just because in 39 we need so much. We need this weapon. We need our support companies. We do need the new artillery. I want to upgrade this. We still want to be doing the land doctrines, and obviously I want to get my industry up on par. And we will probably still be researching some encryption methods, because encryption takes a while to research. So yeah, that's a lot incoming, let's say, but we might be able to start some of the researches in 39 just to speed it up the tiny little bit, you know? I think I'm going to start off by increasing my volunteer, and you can argue with me about whether this makes any kind of sense to do, but I think it does. I do want this, and what we'll do here is I will take out 1, and I will add an engineer company. I will actually leave the recon company, I think, or I will replace it with an artillery. Maybe I'll go like this. and I'll add the recon company later, because after the war we get more units, right? So then I can still add some things, but I'll go like this just so they have a little bit of attack power, so they make the enemy flee faster, and this so they get the entrenchment. And then we'll use this light unit to garrison. I want 2 on each, but for the beginning one will have to do, because we're so low on units. We're so incredibly low on units. I do need to get the tungsten. There's a lot of penalty if you have this little tungsten, so I need to. Again, I said this in my preparation. The intervention focus, it's so stupid. You get a little bit of political power, okay, but the main thing is you can't send volunteers. Who cares? Divisions required for sending volunteer force, minus 25%. This is so useless. Divisions required for minus 15. That's... Especially because even if you run down this, this is the tree for the little countries, right? This is for the miners. The only war that happens where this would really be... Like, okay, you can do it late, but isn't it better to just join the war? And actually at this point I am going to research this, and I am going to research this. So to me it makes no sense. I cannot think of any moment or any country where this would be a smart move to go down. The only good thing I can see is the 150 political power, and I think it's kind of dumb to go for 150 political power and then spend 210 to research those 3 points. So we'll go to turns. I'm not sure if I shouldn't have done this road first, just so I can get the doctrines, because arguably having more doctrines at the beginning would have been the right call, but we'll see. Until the war starts, I want the defense, I want the artillery guy if possible, and I do want to have 300 political power saved when the war starts, so I can immediately change both of them. I think... Wait, let me calculate for a second. I have 300, 450. But I do get minus 25%, so let's not forget that I only get 50 per day, not 1. So I only get half basically of what I would usually get. I still think I could get an industrial company, but I'm not 100% certain on this. I am going to take it, though I might regret this. Let's hope I don't. I'm actually gonna let them. I will have them trained up all the way, because you can see I have an overproduction of just about everything. I will add this first, so they are done, and then I can start producing some of these, and then I'll think about the other one. It doesn't matter right now. I can't switch to anything that gives me immediate boni, because from now on, this only matters at war, this matters at 1, these 2 I can only change at war. So while I do need 600 till the beginning of the war, none of them are particularly important right now. We are still in 38, so I'm going for this. We will go down this, and by the way, if you ask me, these 3 and these 3, and that's all the useful things in here. Yeah, this gets us nukes, but you won't have nukes until like 44 anyway, 45 maybe, I don't know. Well, you'll get it late, and even then I can barely buy the plutonium, and we don't have a navy, and we don't have an air force, at least nothing that's worth talking about. So this is like the only thing that really matters, and then we could stop using this altogether if we wanted to. We will get the defense guy, we'll definitely need him. I'm gonna start with 3 of these for now. That leaves us... I could do 4 of these. But these will get a little bit bigger because I will add one more. I think these are their final size. Yes, they are as big as they will be. So I'm gonna do this. You can already tell I have produced everything I need to produce. What I could do, I want to obviously stockpile some, but what I want to actually stockpile a lot because I want to produce these units en masse. Not en masse, I can't produce en masse, but I want to produce them when the war hits. I think we have like 5 minutes more. I'm actually not sure. I forgot to set my timer. I always do that. I always forget to set my timer. It's just because I'm so new to all the let's playing, and I'm just a kid. I mean, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm unfortunately quite old, but I'm still very unsure of how to do things. I'm not. That's the wrong word. I'm not unsure of how to do things. It's just that I don't have the muscle memory yet, so I forget things, like setting a timer. And I mean, it doesn't matter. And if it ends up being 35 minutes or 25 minutes, the second episode's going to be right there for you to click on. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to produce more than one episode right now, and I mean, I feel I'm in the very beginning of my channel, right? So right now I don't have an upload schedule like once a day because I don't have followers. That doesn't make sense. There's no point in spreading it out and trying to make it one episode a day or something like this for my series, let's call it, if I don't have followers, if I don't have subscribers. Because whoever comes, he doesn't see when it was uploaded. Or he does see, but he won't care. So I feel I'm just uploading everything at this point. And I will hope that someone likes what they see and maybe stays with me. It would be great fun. We all know I'm not going to be a super successful YouTuber, and I don't need to be. I'm doing this because I enjoy it. And I think that is the one reason why anyone should do this. Because he thinks it's fun. If you get into this for the money, it's the same like getting into music for the money, because you see how much money, like, I don't know, some rock star makes, and you're just setting yourself up for sadness, basically. I'm gonna go like this. But by that I don't mean I wouldn't greatly appreciate any a subscriber or something. Obviously, if you do produce something, even if like right now I believe I could still be slightly improving my content in quite a few ways. Why can I not make a fallback line? How? There's something weird going on. I cannot draw a fallback line, and I show you screaming at the screen right now, going, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" Yeah. Maybe with the shotgun now? Now I can do it. I don't know what that was. I really don't. That was very weird to me. I apologize for that. So back to the topic. I think everyone would enjoy having someone watching his content, but my content definitely still needs improvement. So it's not bad that few people are watching it. Even if I'm not too happy with where I am right now, I definitely need to update it, upload it, because I think if you tell yourself I'm not going to upload it, then you get into habits of doing things that you shouldn't have a habit of. Like when I'm recording for myself, or in the beginning when I was recording and I wouldn't upload it, or when I would not even record it and just talk, you say things and you do things that you just wouldn't do if you actually record it and actually people will hear it. So I think in order to improve, you need this this critical eye. On this point, I'd also like to point out that anyone who does watch this, please do send feedback. It doesn't have to be good feedback. I need no one stroking my ego and telling me how I'm the greatest person to have ever lived on this planet, but just someone to go like, hey, I think that was good, I think that was bad, you could really work on this. That would be hugely appreciated. Any comment will just, and if it's just, hey, that was fun to watch, or hey, that was why do you do this, why do you think this is a good idea, or why do you think saying things like that is a good idea, something like that. Everything is appreciated. Also, any idea for the channel itself. As you can see from the lineup I have so far, I can't take the Atari guy. As you can see from the lineup so far, I want to keep it slightly diverse. I don't want to make one of these channels that only does one game, just because that's not me. I don't stick with a single game for too long. I mean, I've stuck a long time with Hearts of Iron, but usually that doesn't happen. I'm usually more volatile than that, let's call it. I don't really want to spend the 50 on this, and definitely I don't want to spend my 100% on, oh, I got the anti-tank. I'm actually gonna spend it on that. I love that. I love the idea. And yeah, I don't want to be a one game channel, but we'll see how I manage. I don't think I want to go the review direction, even though most people who will find me probably found me over my first review, because right now I have one video which is like a super short overview, and this has, I think, approximately 70 times as many views as everything else I ever did together. So yeah, we'll see where everything ends. This wouldn't be bad, but this, no, I did spend my 100% on the anti-tank, which is okay. I'm just gonna keep going down the doctrine. Oh, I forgot to do doctrines. No, I just thought doctrines were happening. Poland is being overrun. Let's just watch it go. So, if you don't know, world tension, even though it's high enough, because I'm democratic, I cannot go higher. I don't want to go to mobilization just because I don't have the recruitable population, but I want to go war economy, and I definitely need to go extensive conscription. I'm actually even going to go like this. There's some equipment missing, but the thing that's missing the most is the manpower. I obviously have a shortage of artillery, so I will put more into that. Oh, and I do need to get more iron. I'm not happy with buying more steel just because I'm so low on civilian factories. But if it needs to be, it needs to be, right? Let's go something like this. And this needs to go higher, right? But this can be act from 2 regions. So right now that is more important. You need to train, good sir. Stop training, good sir. You will be attacked any moment. Yeah, usually I click something like this away, but in this case I'm gonna keep it because I'm afraid of forgetting. Germany is already doing the Operation Weserübung. So I do not have a lot of time. I won't be doing of focus at this particular moment, because I need to get this to 300. And it's going up 3 times as fast now because I'm getting 1.5, because usually you spend 1 on your focus, but I'm not spending 1 on my focus now. Please tell me you're gonna... Oh goodness, I'm actually considering just nuking my production by completely stopping all inputs so I can get those up higher. I probably should have built a civilian factory in the beginning. Okay. We've just been declared war on. We will take the volunteers from the Soviet Union. We will join the Allies. We're in 39, so we're kind of okay. I'm going like this. No, I won't, because after... The first thing I will do is I will change this to extensive conscription, right? Next thing is I will use this to get war economy, and then I will get the artillery. So I do need 300 more. Or it could be 450 because I want to get this 1 level higher. I want to get it to the service by requirement. This will decrease our factory output a little bit, but it will jump from 5 to 10. So we basically double our army size. So that's amazing. We will want our people to go here and here. We will start, and yes, it's okay. You see, we've got enough people to train all of them. I am low on artillery, so that is terrible, but I think we're gonna be fine. So this is this is a watershed moment, and I will make a pause right here. Actually, I will make a pause right here, and we'll talk about it in the next episode. Because I did go overboard with the time, as I predicted. Have a good one. See you in the next episode.